I'm Lance Wheeler with Baseball Think Tank. Today, we're going to talk about the difference between being front hip dominant and back hip dominant. With separation, a lot of coaches, a lot of players, there's a falsehood about it. It's the idea that I'm trying to create distance from my back, my throw inside elbow to my front hip. But whenever I do that, my body's not set up to create any type of stretch. There's no muscle reflex, there's no lengthening or creating distance between muscle groups where we're trying to get the rubber band effect. What I see with a lot of kids, the idea of opening their hips is simply doing this. So what we're going to do, we're going to try to put a feel to this. Our feel is going to be the back hip is actually the aggressor. It's the alpha male relationship. It's what's actually turning our hips. So when I start to get to this point, and we take the rubber band, we put it above our ankles, we're going to get the idea that it's our back hip that's actually rotating around the front. It's not this. By doing this, I create no distance, I create no stretch. So the feel that we're going to try to get across is creating distance from the throwing side elbow and the back hip. So it works like this. At that point, I feel a great amount of stretch through this area and then behind the scap. So it's going to be here. Right? So the drill that we can do, one, let's just create some awareness of how I turn my hips, how I rotate my hips. So I'm going to keep my upper body stationary. It's going to be 1, 2, feel the stretch. Then on 4, I'm going to actually throw. Now the second drill, great for awareness, great for a feel. I'm going to actually take the elbow the opposite direction of the back hip. So I'm going to do this simultaneously. It's going to be 1, 2, throw and 3. So that's the idea of separation. Once I can start to detach or separate the back hip from that back elbow, more than anything, create a feel, create some awareness. You've got a reference point for these kids, these players to go to. Anytime you can create a feel for the players, I just think you increase the chance for their ability